Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is Slacking Off, and my name's John, retired firefighter after 24 years of service. And now I love motorcycles, camping, hiking, kind of just getting outside and doing everything. But what this episode is after this, I'm going to put everything into a group or whatever they call it, a series. I'm leaving for Alaska in 1 week. 1 week I'm leaving. I'm pretty excited. I've done a lot of preparation. I wish I could just say I'd hop on the motorcycle and go, but yeah, there's a lot to it. I'm going to be going all the way to the Arctic Ocean. So if you're new to the channel, if you're just seeing it, next week I am going to do my best. I've been learning this whole YouTube stuff over the past couple of months, and I'm going to do what I can to bring you guys some pretty cool stuff to watch. I'm going to head from West Palm Beach, Florida, so South Florida, and I'm going to be riding all the way up to Tuktoyaktuk, the Arctic Ocean, and that's in Canada. And then I'm going to make my way south, or make my way up to the Arctic Ocean via the Dempster Highway after going through Banff and Jasper, of course Montana, and Glacier National Park. That's where I'm going to be going in from. So I encourage you, or share it with a friend, like, subscribe, comment, because I feel like I've practiced a lot and I've been working on it. Hopefully, if you've been watching for a while, hopefully you've noticed it get a little bit better over the past, I don't know, 2 months or so, 3 months. And I'm just trying to make it more enjoyable to watch. But my main goal is I'd like to get this to where, hey, down the road, if I can't get out or do something, or if I'm a little older or whatever, I can look back on this and say, that was pretty fun, and enjoy it all over again. In case you didn't know, if you're new, like I said, I like to bring everybody up to speed every time. If you're new, my name's John. I'm a retired fireman. Been on the fire department for 24 years. And back in 2016, I had open heart surgery and got through that, got back at the fire department, and I was able to retire in 2020. I believe it was 25. Yeah, it was February, at the end of February. So March 1st was my first day of officially of not being a fireman. I was hired right before 9/11. So everything in my career has been kind of shaped and molded like the world, after 9/11. So everything in my career was basically shaped, molded, and emulated around, everything that occurred that day. For all of us, it was crazy. But anyway, as far as what we're gonna do today, I've come on here because today is the purpose of today's video is basically, this is probably gonna be my last video until I'm on the road. I might try to do a little something quick this week, but I've got a couple things around the house I gotta take care of. But I promise you, if you stick around and tune in next week, or possibly the week after, I'm not sure how this is gonna work on the road, as far as uploading and all that kind of stuff, like schedule, like how I'm gonna do it. But I'm really work hard. I'm gonna really work hard to try to get it consistent for you guys, and you guys have something fun to watch, and you're gonna see me struggle. Of course, I've done, like I said in the past, I've done 3 trips. Each trip was just over 6,000 miles, and this is my 2021 Honda Africa Twin. I've added so much stuff to it. Nothing crazy, but if you look back at my videos, I modified and upgraded my suspension, because on all my previous trips, if you add all those trips up, I had 18,000 miles of just road trips all through the mountains and all the way out to Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, all the way to Washington State. So I've learned a few things on this particular bike. My suspension was really soft, the stock suspension. It was really soft, and with all the weight that I carry, it would sag a lot, and it would drag, like everything was just low. So I've done a couple of rides with everything loaded on here trying to practice, and it's made it a humongous improvement. Suspension is always like the #1 thing on a motorcycle that's going to make a giant difference, obviously, and then the motor or the engine, between the engine and the suspension. On this bike though, I didn't want to mess with anything. I have other motorcycles that I mess around with the motors and stuff like that, but this bike I want to be 100% stock, so that it's as reliable as I could possibly keep it. And it's a Honda, so it'll be going when we're all dead and gone. There'll be cockroaches and they'll be riding Hondas. So I really put a lot of trust in this bike, because I've done, like I said, all these trips, and it's never given me a problem. I had a problem one time with wheel bearings. That was it. Everything on this motorcycle I've done, all the things that I've done myself, and literally from learning. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not like super mechanical, as far as like taking the engines apart. But I've done the suspension on this bike. I've done Denali lights so I could see better. They're crazy bright. I've done small things like Amazon foot pegs. I've done crash bars, a lot of stuff like that. But this bike's been really awesome. I'm riding with Trail Max Mission tires. They've done really well for me. I've heard stories about them in the mud not being so good. I don't really plan on doing a lot of mudding or anything, but I know I'm a little nervous about the Dempster Highway and a lot of the roads when I get up there. It's gonna be kind of a shit show, I'll be honest with you. If it's raining and muddy, I don't care what you have. I'm sure you could have chain. I watch these young guys on crotch rockets of all things, and Amazon choppers. I watched a guy, I couldn't believe it. They put tires on those things and ride in the snow. And I'm from South Florida, so I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to cold. If you look in the background, all that is all my stuff that's ready. So today I'm gonna put it on time lapse, and I'm gonna do a quick oil change on my bike. And then as far as the rest of the day, today being a week out, I'm gonna activate my Garmin InReach. I didn't set up an account for that, so I wanted to wait till right at the very end. Garmin InReach I have for emergencies, and then I also am carrying a Starlink Mini. If you're interested in any of that, I did make a couple videos on the internet on the road with the motorcycle, and it won't be. I saw a guy that actually runs it while he's riding. I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna have it for emergencies, and because I know when I get up towards Montana, I've been up there several times in my camper and on the bike, and it gets a little dicey. Like, you have 0 cell service. So I'm gonna run my I'm gonna have my Starlink Mini. I've done some videos on basically what I'm gonna take with me. Been practicing all these different things, so I'm gonna get to it now. And but I really hope you enjoy. Hit like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends. Like I said, I'm doing this so that I could see down the road, and I have a couple friends that are pretty sick, and I'm pretty worried about them, and they're on my mind all the time. Life's short, and if you guys really think that you would like to do something that you have always thought about, you kind of just got to do it, man. It's never going to be a perfect time. So if those guys, they know who they are, if they're listening, they're struggling through some things, and I really think about them. I pray for them. I'm just worried about them, and I want them to be okay. And I hope that by doing this, maybe sharing along with them, I know they're gonna pull through. I know they're pretty badass dudes, man, and I think they're gonna be okay. But I hope that they can watch this, and I'll be thinking about them a lot the whole time on the way there, and hoping that one day they'll get out there and we'll go and hang out and we'll do something cool again together. So you know who you are. Be strong, man, and keep on doing what you're doing. You're a badass warrior. So I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take care of this oil change on time lapse. I'm going to turn some music on and stuff, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do a final wrap up, and maybe I'll just show you real quick. But I tend to look, I'm looking at my little timer up there. I've got to try to work not to talk to you guys so much. And I always make you guys sound like whiners. I'm like, I don't know why I do that. That's just being a fireman for so long, we pick on each other. But I have people commenting on things, and I'm always like, yeah, that guy's saying this or that, you know. And I don't mean it like that. That's just me. I'm always clowning around. You can say whatever you want, man. Pick me apart. I don't care. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Like anything you see here, give me a hard time over it. I don't care. I got too much electronics. I got too much shit with me. I can agree with all of that stuff. So, well, whatever. I'll see you in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and get this oil changed and maybe do a final quick check of my chain and go over my bike. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. All right, that was the fastest oil change I've ever done. Changed the oil. That oil only had 1,300 miles on it. Since I went ahead a while back and I put a new clutch in it, did some other maintenance inside. I did valve clearance check on it, which I was late for quite a bit. You know, I had 32,000 miles and I hadn't checked the valve clearance, but they were out. I think my intake, it was my exhaust valves were out just a hair. I guess just a little tiny bit. I adjusted them and everything was good. My intake valves were fine. I didn't have to mess with the intake valves, thank goodness, because you have to pull the camshaft out, and the camshaft change the shims in it. But I didn't have to do that, thankfully. So I adjusted my valves. Just to recap, I put all new shocks, or not shocks, but new springs. I put, I believe they're Tortec, or I think they went by Racetech as well. But I got the extra heavy duty springs, and I swapped them out when I did all the seal changes, the bushings and all that stuff in my front forks. And also in my rear, I put a new rear spring on it. That's, like I said before, my bike, with these bikes, are kind of have soft suspension. Even though this has the electronic suspension on it, I can adjust the preload all the way up and it didn't matter. It just would still sag with the weight that I put on there. And just so you know, the weight that I put on there from all my camping gear is about as much as a passenger, like about 130 pounds, like total weight. Maybe 150 with my cooler, because I put a cooler on the back, but nothing crazy or anything. So it's me, my fully geared up and stuff with all my stuff, and the bike would just sit super low. So I addressed that and fixed it. If you don't know anything about these bikes, and I'm certainly there's a guy called Backcountry Adventure, I think, or he has a Honda Africa Twin. He did an awesome video. That's where I learned how to do my valve adjustments. Was him, Backcountry Adventure, I think. He has an Africa Twin, I think, in 2016. But his videos were like saved my life, as I watched the whole thing on how to do the valves. Anyway, I didn't know until I started messing around. I mean, if you read the manual, sure, you're gonna know, but I'm that kid that never wanted to even read the instructions. There could be like 3 steps in like how to play the board game, and I'm like, you know what? We don't need those 3 steps. We'll make our own rules up. I didn't even want to read that, so I'm kind of bad with that, taking my time and read some of this. But this particular tube here, this goes to your air box right here. Hopefully you could see it. There's a tube right there and it has a drain. These need to be drained. You should drain these, because I had a bunch of deposits on my valves, and honestly it was pretty messy. So I cleaned it all up. My air box was full of oil, and I never drained this. So apparently it was just burning into the intake. It was just sucking it in and burning it that way. But your crankcase and everything breathes into your air box. And these tubes, there's one here and one on the other side. There's actually 3 of them, but this is the only one that I've found on the left side, right, luckily right above the oil. You know, it would be cool is if you could just take this, open it up and pour it right back. I'm only kidding, but it's quite a bit of oil that comes out of here every time I drain it. So if I'm on the highway doing like, you know, high RPM, like going super fast on the highway and stuff, I'm gonna try to check this a lot more and drain it, because it's super simple. You can put a napkin under it, pull the plug out and drain it and it'll be good. So real quick though, I did my chain. Basically everything on my bike is new. Like I said, I'm going from South Florida all the way to Arctic Ocean. So I had a bad problem with rear wheel bearings on one of my trips. I got stuck in Kentucky. So if you have, and I believe that, I want to say my wheel bearings went out before, I want to say like 20,000 miles, you know, so that's not a long ways in my opinion for, you know, and I didn't ride like crazy, like dirt, mud and all that. I rode some, but nothing crazy. So if you have an Africa Twin and you're gonna do a long trip, it's cheap insurance to me. I just change all the wheel bearings now because I never want to go through that again. I luckily nothing catastrophic happened. I got off the interstate and I was on the interstate and I felt like a weird feeling. I went to a Honda dealership in Paducah, Kentucky, and I had to wait a day and a half for wheel bearings because they didn't have the exact one. So I was stuck in a hotel waiting. I mean, there was nothing I could do. Guys were awesome though, man. They took care of me and stuff. But I never want to do that again. So this time, every wheel bearing is swapped out on this bike. Front, rear. There's 3 wheel bearings in the rear wheel, in case you didn't know. There's one for the cush drive, and then there's 2 for the wheel, and then there's 2 for the front wheel. Changed all that, seals and everything. Just went through the motorcycle as best I could. I did some things here. Let's see if I can get a, that's on the other side, but wherever I went to torque things down, like here, I'm trying to see if the camera will pick that up. Right there. I don't know, you probably won't see it. Anyway, I put paint marks on this stuff, and honestly, I torqued everything down, and I just want to be sure. I want to have like a visual reference when I get off the bike and look at it. You know, I watched Shade Tree Surgeon. If you ever watch him, he's awesome. He's one of my favorite channels. He's crazy, man. That guy gets on these old motorcycles and just takes off, and whatever, man, shit falls apart. He was on a shovel head. Thing completely fell apart on him. He was pushing it at the end. I don't have fun doing that. I invent new cuss words and get mad and start throwing stuff. So, and that's just me. I don't want to do that. So if I can handle it here. So I'll real quick, I'll show you. I don't want to make this video long, and I always do this because I talk too much. But basically, here's all my stuff. My gear is all set up. This will all go on my bike. And like I said, I'm out of here at the end of next weekend, and I'll be on the road. So I'm not quite sure how the video stuff is going to go as far as like schedule wise. I'm going to do the best I can and try to keep it consistent. But I've never done this on the road, especially. I've done trips, but I've never done YouTube stuff. So I hope you guys like and subscribe and share it with your friends. And if you have somebody that in mind that you know that maybe is interested in just seeing cool stuff, I got a drone. I'm going to try my best to get some cool footage. Getting pretty nervously excited about leaving. And basically there's nothing for me left except the little things around the house to tighten up, to make sure everything's okay. Because like I said, I'll be going up through Canada and Montana and stuff, camping along the way. So if you're interested in seeing me struggle, and I don't know what kind of weather, I'm sure I'm gonna hit everything from rain, heat, snow, ice. I've hit quite a few of those days on this bike in particular. And probably the next long trip I'm probably gonna do on my Harley. I have a Road Glide Limited. I love that bike too. But right now, I've got a good relationship with this bike, this Honda, and it's only left me stranded with those wheel bearings one time. Never had a mechanical issue other than that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you tune in. I'm gonna leave early in the morning next weekend, after the weekend after you see this filmed. So I will do maybe another small video to give you a heads up.
3. That's tomorrow, and that is it. Again. 5, 4, 3. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks. In 5, 4, 3. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
And then I am going to video like when I'm leaving and stuff. And that day, I don't know. On the road, I'm just gonna learn as I go. Like I've been doing all this stuff. I got a drone and all that. So we're gonna get some cool stuff. We're gonna get some aerial shots, see how many animals we can see along the way. Gonna be heading all the way across the United States from Florida all the way up to Montana is my general route. Florida, I'll probably make it. If I make it out of Florida the first day, I'll be surprised. Like, I'm not a long distance rider. I'd usually like to do around 600 miles. Some guys are doing 1,000, and I'm not that guy, dude. It's miserable for me. So I got everything to camp and all that stuff. So, all right, guys, don't forget, hit the button right there. See it at the, I don't know, I think it's down here. There's a thumb right there. Click on that thing. Do that, right? That way you'll see it next time. Click the thumbs up, and if you see something that I'm missing or think of something that I might possibly need, like I said, I'm gonna be going from Florida, probably crossing up into like Alabama or something, and just kind of heading up that way. And try to make it up towards Montana. I gotta be in Montana in 6 days from when I leave. I already have a cabin reserved for 2 days outside of Glacier that I've stayed in there. So the cabin, I'm gonna try to do going to the Sun Road before I cross over into Canada. So like, subscribe, hit notification bell because you don't wanna miss it. I'm gonna go up that way and it'll be a shit show for sure. And you get to just sit back and have a beer, a coffee, a soda, whatever the heck you like. A left-handed cigarette, I don't know, whatever you like, and watch me struggle through all the bullshit that I'm certain to do, and maybe I'll invent some new cuss words along the way. All right, guys, take care, be good, and to my friends that are watching, the guys that I spoke about, I think they know who they are. Love you guys, and hang in there, man. Keep fighting the good fight, brother, and one day you're gonna be doing this dumb shit with me. I hope that, you know, we'll get to hang out. So, all right, guys, take care. And as always, don't forget to keep slacking off.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks. Yeah.